A couple of years ago, I had the inclination to go back to school and to complete my master's in literacy education. When I did this, I had three young children at home, and I started my courses in September. In October, for some reason, I just knew I needed a puppy. I wasn't exactly sure why, but I knew I needed a puppy, so I added a dog to the collection. So now I had three young children, I had two dogs, and I had three cats. Then, as I was going through, I ended up finding out I was pregnant with my fourth child. After that, my basement flooded. So, lots of different unexpected things come up in life, and there's things that are outside of our realm of control. I couldn't control my basement from flooding, or else, trust me, I would have stopped it. But the fact of the matter is, I was able to continue and I was able to maintain my motivation because I had a SMART goal. So my goal was very specific. I knew what I wanted and why I wanted it. It was measurable. I can keep track of things. As you're going through your courses, if this is what you feel that you need to do right now, you have things that you can measure. You can say, hey, I finished this assignment, or hey, then I finished this course, and hey, now I've done my diploma. So you can see your progress, you can measure your progress. My goal was achievable because it was something that I wanted. No one was telling me that I had to do this. I had a little bit of extra time. I had some resources where I could get tuition money. It was something that was in my control that I could achieve this goal. It was also relevant. It was something that was going to help me accomplish what I was hoping for, which was to move from three part time jobs into a full time job. And it was time bound. If I was going through all that while I was doing my master's and there was no end in sight, I guarantee you I would not have had the motivation to continue. It would have been too much. So, the purpose of this task is to make sure that whatever it is that you are here for, whatever it is that you're pursuing, is a SMART goal. You want to make sure that your goal is specific. It is something that you can measure and you know what you're going to look for to measure it as you go, to maintain that motivation. It has to be something that's achievable and relevant to you and something that's going to help you move forward. And most importantly, it has to be time bound. There has to be an end. So, a lot of times in different school systems, for example, in the college, you've got a semester system. So, you know that this course has to be completed in this term. Your teachers will break it down further and say, okay, well, you've got this assignment and it's due by this date. So, it's time bound. You know it's going to be done. The problem is with life is that sometimes we have things that are open and they're not necessarily bound by anything. So if this is something that you want to achieve, if this is your goal, you need to bind it. You need to set timelines and say that I am going to get this done by this date and stick with it and stay firm with it because you want to make sure that you're going to maintain that motivation, and to do that, you want to have a SMART goal. You're going to see on the assignment that on the task that you have, is that there's some prompts in there. You can use them, you can use some of them, you can use none of them. It doesn't really matter. I just have them there as something to kind of get you thinking about things, and I hope they help. If you look at this task and you say, I'm not really a big fan of being put in a box like this, I'd rather do like a vision board and then talk it through with somebody, that's okay too. The important thing is when you finish this activity, that you have a clear, SMART goal.